How to build the best and easiest guardian farm in Minecraft. These are the resources you will need for this farm. Okay, so the first step to this farm will be to locate yourself an ocean monument, which I have right here. Then after you've done that, you will need to pull out an empty locator map, open it, and then you will need to look at the map. So pretty much the first thing you will need to do is head to the northwest side of the temple, which will be the top right side of the temple. So pretty much what you will need to do is have your little character that's on the map look kind of straight upwards towards the top of the map, and then head to the corner that's on the left side of the top left. So pretty much the top left of the temple. So northwest. So then head to the corner of the temple right here, head into the water, and then from this corner block right here of the temple, you will need to build 3 blocks diagonally in. So 1, 2, 3. Then after you reach this third block, you will need to dig it a couple blocks into the ground just to make sure you cover the full spawn point. So then simply build yourself up until about ocean floor. So what you can do is pretty much reach the top, then break 3 blocks down, 1, 2, 3. And after you've done that, you will need to place a packed ice on top of this block. Now also I want to say one quick thing that I forgot to mention, and that is that before you start building this, I would highly recommend that you go around and kill all the elder guardians, because if not, the farm might be a bit annoying to build. But anyways, let's continue. Also, if you're having trouble with the guardians that are in the water and they're shooting you, and what you can simply do is drink an invis potion and you should be fine. Then after you've done this, expand this ice by 11 more going to the right side or pretty much towards the middle of the temple. So then do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then what you will need to do is head back to the first ice we placed, then count 7 blocks towards the middle. So pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then on this block, you will need to build 11 more ice kind of going backwards. So pretty much going south. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then after you've done that, you will need to expand this block by 6 more ice going to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This ice should also line up with the first ice we placed. Then head to this side and expand this ice to the right by 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this ice should also line up with that ice. Then head to this ice block right here and build 13 more ice going backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after you've done that, under the 13 ice block, then place a temporary block right here. Then expand this ice line by 3 more blocks. 1, 2, 3. Then on the tip of this ice block, do the same as we did earlier. So pretty much to the left of this ice block right here, or pretty much to the west side of this ice block, you will need to expand it or pretty much build 6 ice going outwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This will link up with that ice. It does. Then head to the right side, build 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then after you've done that, head to the middle ice right here and then go 16 more blocks going backwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then do the same we did earlier. To the left side, build 6 ice going outwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right side, go 5 out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then head to the middle right here and go 10 more ice going outwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then to the left side of this ice, do the same we did earlier. 6 blocks out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Do the same on the right side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then after you've done that, you will need to head to the middle of the ice we have placed so far, and you will need to head to the temporary block that we placed in the middle right here. And then pretty much from the ice that's above the temporary block, you will need to build 27 more blocks going backwards from where I'm standing right now. So pretty much 27 blocks going east on the map, so that will be this way. So then do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then after you build that 27 block line, you will need to place 2 ice going south from this line. So 1, 2, going south backwards. Then after you've done that, you will need to place a temporary block on the third block right here, or pretty much at the tip of the ice. Then after you've done that, from this temporary block, you will need to build 6 ice going left or pretty much west. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and this should pretty much be going towards what we built firstly. Then after you've done this from this temporary block, expand this by 16 more blocks going south. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Then from this ice block, you will need to build 6 more ice going west, the same we did earlier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then you will need to expand this by 10 more ice going south again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then obviously to the left of this ice, build 6 more ice going outwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This ice should link up with the ice we placed here, and also these ice lines going out here should also link up with the ice we have on the other side. Then head back to the middle right here, and pretty much from this block right here, build 13 blocks going north, or 13 ice going north. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then from this ice we just build 6 blocks going west. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, this should link up with the ice we have right there. Then from this block right here, build 11 more ice going north. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then of course do the same we did right here. So from the tip of this ice, build 6 more ice going to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And now we're almost done with the ice. So what we need to do now is pretty much copy what we have built right there, about right here. So the next step would pretty much be to head to the middle right here. And then from this block we have right here, build 15 blocks going east. So pretty much this direction right here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Then after you've done that, from this ice right here, build 13 blocks going north. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Then from this 15th block, build 5 ice to the left and to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the same on the other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then after you've done that, expand the ice landing we have right here by 11 more ice going north. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then build 5 ice to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And boom. Done that, you will need to head back to the middle right here. Then from the ice block we have right here, build 3 more ice going south. So 1, 2, 3. From this ice block, build 5 ice to the left and to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then expand this ice by 13 blocks going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, sorry, I meant 16. Then of course build 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, 5, boom, and then of course 5 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then from this ice block right here, build 10 more ice going backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then of course build 5 ice to the right. Fish, please get away. 5 to the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And boom, now we're done with a mildly annoying part of this farm, which of course is to get all the ice into the water. So after you've done the ice, we will need to get started on the redstone and all the trident killers. So to do that, you will need to head to the middle of the ice right here, place 2 temporary blocks in the middle, expand that by 2 blocks going outwards, then you can destroy those blocks. And then you will simply need to build a 2-block high wall going all around the ice, or off the outside of the ice, just like how I am doing right now. And then of course drain the water inside there. I'm simply going to use a sponge or 2, there we go. And then after you've done this, simply expand the wall, going around the ice until you reach the next point where the ice is going outwards, or to the left and the right, simply so we can have a bit more space to work. Then of course quickly drain out all this, and then you can destroy the 2 blocks we have in the middle right here without having any water problems. So the next step is to head onto this side of what we have built so far, and then you will have to count the 3 ice blocks from the left. So 1, 2, 3. Place a trapdoor on the 3rd ice. Then after you've done that, you will need to destroy this block, which pretty much will be the block that's to the right side and one up from where we placed the trapdoor. Then from the block right here, you will need to head to the back of this, expand this by 1 more block going outwards. Then after you've done that, you will need to place a quick wall of blocks going all around this block, simply to prevent water from falling inwards, and then place a piston inside this little room. Then you can of course destroy the block we have in the back. Then after you've done that, you will need to place a block on top of the piston, then stand on top of this block and place a redstone repeater facing outwards away from what we are building. Then put this onto 4 tick, then place a block in front of that repeater, just like this, with then a redstone torch to the side of that block. Then you will need to place a redstone dust right here, and then after you've done that, you will need to head under the water here quickly, and the block we have right here, you will need to just cover it in blocks. That might be a bit of a confusing step, but you would understand that in a minute. So after you've done that, simply destroy this block, and if you build the blocks that's behind it correctly, no water should be flowing inwards. Then simply place a piston inside this little room, and of course, because of the redstone we have above her, the piston should get extended. Then after you've done that, you can simply place a block right above the piston, or 2 blocks above the piston. And then after you've done that, you will need to place a glass block right above the trapdoor. And then on the block we have right here, which will be right in front where this piston is, you will need to throw at least 1 trident on top of this block. Now also, I do want to say that I would recommend you have impaling 5 on the trident, simply to make the killing a bit better and quicker, I guess. And I would also recommend that you throw a few tridents on it, but you don't have to. If you have a hard time getting tridents, you can even use 1 trident, that's more than enough. But if you want to make this farm as efficient as possible, I would recommend that you make 4 tridents, or throw 4 tridents, simply because it will kill the guardians quicker. And if you kill the guardians quicker, you will simply get more XP, more loot, because then more guardians would have a chance to spawn. But anyways, after you've done that, what you will need to do now is simply place a glass block here. And then after you've done that, you will need to simply just place a couple blocks right here, and then place some redstone right here. Okay, so I made 1 quick mistake, guys, and that is that this piston we originally blocked in do actually need to be waterlocked. I forgot about that, simply place a water source inside of it, and now you're good. Okay, so after you've done this, you will now need to place a slab right here, so you can simply run the redstone we have right here to the other side, place some blocks right here, and then the next step will be to pretty much copy what we have built right here, but on this side. So to do that, you will need to place a trapdoor on the 3rd ice, of course. Then you will need to destroy this block, destroy the block behind it, place a piston looking towards the middle right here, just like we have right here. Place a block on top of the piston with then a repeater going away from that block, turn it on to 3 ticks, place a block in front of that repeater with then a redstone torch looking north. Then of course place redstone dust right here with then a block in front of that redstone dust, and then you will need to head into this room and place a piston right here. That piston should also be waterlocked, as you see it is. Then after you've done that, you will simply need to throw a few tridents right here. I will do 4 simply because I would like to farm as good as I believe you can. Then of course block those off with a glass. And now we're done with the first part of this. I want to quickly apologize about something, and that is that I made a quick mistake. You should not throw the tridents at this block right here, but you should rather throw them at the piston. So then throw 4 tridents at the pistons, or just 1 if you want to just use 1. Place a glass block right there, so pretty much right in front of where the piston would extend to. So then simply do the same on this side. Again, I apologize about that quick mistake because it's fairly early. Now then, to make sure what you built so far works, you can simply make a little redstone clock right here, link this up, and as you see, the water should kind of, you know, get exposed or whatever. The water that's inside small pistons in the corner, and the tridents should move a bit. So now if we quickly grab ourselves a guardian spawn egg, so if you spawn a guardian inside here, you will see that they will die fairly quickly because of the tridents and because the pistons are pushing the tridents around. So yeah, that is pretty much how this farm works, because in this room we have the guardian spawn point. But anyways, after you've done this, what you will need to do now is pretty much copy what we have built right here exactly on these ice blocks we have pretty much right here. Then do the same on this side, and that side with the ice. So before I jump forward to it quickly, let's just build what we've built right here on these ice blocks and see if we can do it correctly. Okay, so now this is built pretty much the second time, so we have copied pretty much what we built right here over here. And of course you will need to link up the redstone that we have right here with the redstone we have over here. So to do that, you will of course need to place a slab right here, then we simply run some redstone to the other side, and of course we will need to place a repeater and then continue the redstone. Okay, so after you've done all of this, again you will need to pretty much build what we built right here, over there, and over there. Simply build what we have built right here, over here too, over there of course, and over there. So yeah, do that. All right, so after you've built all the killing chambers, you should have something looking like this. But of course, after you've done this, you will of course also need to link up the redstone. So just simply make sure that you have enough repeaters for the redstone to travel far enough. I prefer to use too many repeaters rather than have too few. But of course, when you reach the other side, you will need to have repeaters going the other way, just like this. And this is very important. So then just have a few repeaters every now and then to make sure the redstone signal can travel far enough. Now also, before we continue, I would also recommend that you place a couple torches every here and there on this farm, or pretty much on where each of the killing chambers are, and this is simply to prevent zombies and other mobs from spawning on top of here. But anyways, after you've placed all the torches, we will of course need to place in some water every now and then, so the items and XP can travel to where we will be standing AFK. So to do that, pretty much next to where all the trapdoors are, place a water source on both sides. So if you now jump into here, you will kind of be flown towards the middle and then kind of run under the slab if you crouch, boom. And then pretty much on this block right here, kind of right before the water ends, you will need to place a button and place another water source after that button. Then let the water from that button flow pretty much until the next chambers right here. We place a button right here. Then of course place a water source in the corner right here next to the trapdoor. Do the same on the other side. And now if you pretty much jump into here, you will slowly fall through here, kind of skip over the ice and then go under here and continue going towards the middle. And then of course, since we reach the middle right here, you will need to place a few extra buttons, and then you will need to head to the middle right here and pretty much count 6 blocks to the left. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and on the 6th block place a button right here, then place water source in front of the button. Then you will also need to place a button under the slab we have right there. This is quite important because we need to make sure that the items that come out of here can actually travel in the middle and not just kind of go back and forth. So after you've done that, you will need to place a button right here, so pretty much on the right side of, you know, this part of this killing chamber, I guess we can say. We then have water right next to the trapdoor. Then we will also need to place a water to the next of the old trapdoor, or trapdoor we have on this side, and then also a water right here next to this button. Now to test this out, you can also simply drop an item into here and see where it travels. So because of the ice, this little block will of course not stop where, you know, the buttons are, and then it will flow towards the middle. So yeah, that is pretty much that. So then you will need to do the same on this side, of course. Simply place some water next to the trapdoors and flow towards the middle. Place a button right here, another button about here, some more water running towards there, water in the corners right here flowing towards the middle. Is this doing correctly? Yes, it is. Then simply some more water running towards the middle. Then let's say another button right here with some more water, and this should of course also flow towards the middle right there. Yes, so that is that. So now we have done this, and we're pretty much done with this side, so kind of 1/3 of the killing chambers. Okay, so after you've done that, you will need to head to this side of the farm, so pretty much the ice we have going out right here, and then you will need to do the same as you did on one of these sides. So pretty much just build a wall of blocks going all around the ice and then drain out, the water that's in the middle. So then over here you will of course need to do the same as you did for one of those chambers. 3 blocks going kind of in with the ice, place a trap door, break this block, place a block behind it, simply remove the water that's in this block. You can do that by placing some blocks around that block, destroy that block and place a piston inside that block, and then of course you can destroy the blocks to the side. If anything of that just made sense, then do that. Then of course place a block to the right side of the piston with then a repeater on it going outwards from the piston, then tick that onto 4 tick, place a block in front of that repeater with then a redstone torch on top of that block, or pretty much in front of that block. Then of course place another block on top of this piston right here with then a few blocks to the side right here, just so we can link up the redstone with everything, just like this. Then you will of course also need to head into here and place a piston right here, and then of course the redstone dust on top of here, and when that redstone dust is there, this piston should get activated. And now, just like before, place a glass on top of the trap door with then a couple tridents being thrown on top of this piston, just like this. Then glass right here, then a block on top of this room with the word piston is, and yeah, now we're pretty much done with this part right here. So of course, since this is on this side of where the redstone will be, since the redstone will be connecting to here and obviously with this or towards this side, we will also need to have a repeater right here kind of running towards where the redstone is, just so we can extend the redstone line. So then after you've done this, you will need to pretty much copy what we have done right here over here. So then simply do that, and yeah. And of course right here, just like we did on the other side, you will also need to link up the redstone by placing a trapdoor, I mean a slab right here, then continue with the redstone line. So now we're pretty much done on this side with the redstone. So now we need to copy what we built right here, but on this side, so do that, and then yeah. Oh, and also guys, one thing you need to do is also place a glass block above where the piston extends with then a block on top of it. I believe I forgot to mention that. Okay, so if you have done this correctly, you should have something that looks something like this. So it's pretty much the same as we built right here, but of course on these places. And of course what we will need to do now is place some water every now and then, and of course where you place the water, it doesn't really matter much as long as you're careful with your placement. So for example, when this tunnel comes out, you will need to place a button beforehand. If not, this water will kind of flow towards inside here, if that makes sense. So any items that comes out of here will of course flow towards the middle, and items that come out of here will flow towards the middle and not into this room. Now to also say, you will also need to head back to what we built firstly here, and then simply continue running water towards the middle. So the items will be pushed up right here, so it's very important that all the water we have in this farm kind of flows towards the middle or pretty much into this block right here. But anyways, after we have done this, we now need to build what we built over there, pretty much right here. But of course, some of these ice blocks are a bit shorter than on the other side, so we're going to need to build it a bit differently. But anyways, head to the north side of this ice part right here, which is over here, and then pretty much cover the ice in blocks. Okay, so I built a wall around most of what we have beside over there, which I'll build later. So what you will need to do now over here is pretty much build a very similar redstone as we did over here. But of course, since one of these ice blocks are one shorter, it will be a bit different, but we're using the same redstone and same mechanics. So of course, on the third ice, place a trapdoor, break out this block, then simply place a piston right here with no water in it, just like that. Then place a block on top of the piston, then place a redstone repeater going out from that block, place it onto 4 tick, block in front of that repeater with then a redstone torch in front of it, just like that, going quite quick. Redstone dust right here that should be turned on, break out this block, have a piston right here that should extend because of the redstone, and the piston should be waterlocked. Then place 2 glass right here, block on top of this glass, then you can simply run some redstone right here, and of course then throw your tridents onto the piston, ideally 4, but you can use even 1. Then of course place a glass right here, and now we're done with this. So now what you will need to do is do pretty much what we have done here on this side. Okay, so after you've done this, you will of course need to link up the redstone right here as we have done. Then you will of course need to run a repeater going towards the redstone we have right here. This is very important. Do not have it going outwards, have it go towards the redstone. Again, very important. Then anyways, after you have done that, simply copy and paste this pretty much over here over here of course, and lastly over these locations. Okay, so after you've done that, you should have something looking like this. And as you see, we're pretty much done, and we are finally done with all the killing chambers. Now I assume that might have taken some time, but this will definitely be worth it. So anyways, with the middle point right here, I'm gonna quickly remove this redstone just a bit, just so we have a bit more space to look around. So the middle point right here, I'm gonna destroy out some of these buttons right now, since I just temporarily placed them there. Then on this side of the farm, I'm gonna place a button just about here, so the water will flow towards the middle and flow inwards. Then if we jump into here, we should be flowing towards the middle without any problems indeed. So now we will start on the bubble elevator that will bring us upwards. So what I can do now is simply destroy out this temporarily block we placed fairly early, placed in a soul sand right here, and then pretty much around all the soul sand you will need to build, so pretty much from the height we have right here, you will need to build about 23 glass going upwards. Also because of the redstone we have right here, we will need to quickly remove this just a bit, but that is not any worry, just like that, boom. So then pretty much from Y level 63, build 23 more blocks going upwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so after build this little bottom column, what you will need to do now is head into it and then pretty much fill up all this with water sources. But anyways, what you will need to do is simply just fill in all this with water sources. Okay, so after we have built this outwards, we're obviously going to need to have a hoppers that collect all the items. So from the top glass block we have right here, we're going to count 2 glass blocks down, 1, 2, and then we're going to place some temporary blocks right here with then a couple of double chests in front of them. I'm going to be using 4 double chests. Then we're going to destroy all these temporary blocks. Then after done that, simply run some hoppers into here. Then simply to make sure that all the items go into the chests, you can place some hoppers on top of this part of the chest with then hoppers going into those chests, sorry, into those hoppers. So what you should have is something looking like this. And then you will of course need to cover in this with glass. Make sure you do this very right, but of course you will need to leave some open areas right here because we're obviously going to be collecting the XP. So to do that, you will need to place a button right here. Then of course you can make a little quick roof above all this, and yeah, now we pretty much have the collecting system done. So what you will do when you're standing AFK is pretty much just stand right here. All the items will go into these chests and you will of course get all the XP. Now we will of course need to build a quick little AFK platform and a platform that will stand on and turn on the farm. So to do that, simply just place a couple of blocks there. This doesn't really matter, but just have some blocks right there. I would also recommend that you build these at the same level as the chests, just so the redstone I will be building right now makes sense. So if you have built 4 hoppers and 4 chests, just like I have, you will need to place a block to the next side of this hopper right here, with then a lever on top of that block. And after done that, you will need to place a glass block right here, and then also a glass block right here. So now you should have a little V-shape looking like this. Fill in this V-shape with redstone. So what you're going to need to have now is something looking like this. Also, to quickly say, I removed some of the redstone we have down here simply to have a bit more space, which I would recommend you do too if you have built this exactly like how I have. So then after done this, you will need to build this a couple more blocks going downwards, or pretty much this little spiral we have so far of glass and redstone going downwards, just like this. Now you should have 5 of these, and what you will need to do now is place another glass block under the last glass block we have right there, with then a block under it, or a solid block, 1 solid block to the left and to the right, just like this. Then you can destroy that block. Then you will need to place a redstone repeater inside this little room with then a redstone dust on top of here. Also, you will need to replace the block that's under the repeater with a a glass, just like that. Then you will need to place a temporary block under the glass block that's under the repeater with then a block to the left, block to the right, destroy that glass block, place 2 redstone dust just like that. Then place another block under here, just like this. Also, this might be a bit confusing to follow, but if you're having trouble with this, simply feel free to leave a comment and ask what I'm supposed to do or what you are supposed to do, and I will answer you. Or if you want a bit more detailed answers where I can send you pictures and stuff, feel free to join my Discord server, which you can do by clicking on my channel and joining it. So feel free to head there and join my Discord server, and then you can pretty much send pictures of your farm. I can look on the pictures and then I can tell you what you have built correctly or what you have not built correctly, which will make it easier for me to help you. But anyways, let's continue. So you will simply need to build this now down just 2 blocks under each other, just like how I am doing. It's fairly simple, it doesn't take that much brain power, if that makes sense. Now you should build it about all the way down, but leave a couple blocks. Then fill in all of these glasses with redstone, just like this. Let me go into F1 so you can have a look at what I have built so far. So what you will need to do now is place a glass block right under where this glass block is, temporary block between them, block to the left, block to the right, destroy that block, and then you will need to place a redstone torch right here with then a redstone dust under on this side, and then a repeater looking towards the redstone dust. And now this should be flicking on and off just like this. And you will also need to place redstone dust on top of here. Now all this redstone will now start flicking on and off, which means that if we turn this lever on, this redstone will stop or stop flicking on and off, which will basically be how we are turning the farm on and off. And if we then flick it off again, this will start flicking on and off again. Then we can simply turn this on to make the farm stop, and what we will need to do now is move some redstone around a bit, simply because we're going to have to link up this redstone dust and the redstone dust we have on the other side here with this redstone torch. So to do that, we're simply going to place 2 redstone dusts right here, so we have something looking like this. Then do the same on this side, just like that, and now the farm is pretty much done. So how this will work is that we will head up here, flick on this lever, and now as you see, all the redstone we have right here will start flicking on and off. The trident killers will start getting activated, and it will obviously kill any guardians that will be spawning. Oh, but we have one more step that I forgot to do, and that is to link up the redstone we have right there to the other side. So simply do that, but that isn't too much of a problem. As you see, it's just a couple of repeaters, but as you see, guardians are still underwater, and there is a way that we're going to fix this and make sure spawns are as best as possible. So the last step we have for this farm officially, so now we will have one last step to this farm, and that will be to pretty much head under where the last piece of glass is, and then build blocks going straight down into the temple. We will also need to dig into the temple, simply break a couple blocks, fill those in just like that, and you will of course need to do this over here too. So pretty much under the tip of where all the glass is, simply build blocks going downwards, go into the temple, destroy yourself a bit down, and place blocks going upwards. Okay, so I'm quickly equipping some night vision just so you can see how it looks like. So pretty much what you should have now is something looking like this, which will be pillars going down. Now this will also prevent guardians from accidentally spawning under their spawn point or anything like that, but as you see, there is still a few guardians in the ocean, which is simply because they spawned there before I built these pillars. So before you use this farm, what I would recommend is that you fly a little bit away from the farm and then come back. So anyways, now the farm is pretty much done, so I'm just gonna wait for all the guardians to despawn. So I'm gonna run away for a little bit, come back, and then show you how the farm works. Okay, so now I am back here. I just went into survival to show you how this works. As you see, we have nothing in the chests, and then to turn this on, we will simply flick this lever and then just wait for guardians to spawn. So yeah, as you see, we're getting shot at or kind of attacked. That means guardians are spawning inside their chambers and getting killed. As you see, XP is traveling up. Also, I want to say, because this is a trident killer type of farm, if you use a looting 3 sword while activating this lever, you get or you have a chance of getting up to 3 times the amount of resources, which is obviously pretty great. Now let's just wait. We see the XP, all that juicy XP traveling up. Look at that. So this farm is super good, super quick. It's most definitely one of the best guardian farms that you can build. That's also the easiest, because you don't need to drain out a huge temple. You don't need to do all that sort of stuff and be annoyed by having to drain out a massive temple, which is just why this farm is so good, because it's so much easier than so many other guardian farm designs, and it's pretty damn great, as you can see. So yeah, while I've been speaking and kind of doing the outro, we have gotten almost a full row of items in the first chest, quite a few in the second one, a bit in the third one, and not that much in the last one. But as you see, we've gotten quite a bit of raw cod, some prismarine shards and prismarine crystals, quite a bit of it, as you see. So yeah, this farm is pretty great, and we're getting a bunch of resources. And of course, to turn it off, we will simply flick this lever. So anyways, if you have any questions about this farm or anything like that, feel free to comment them and I'll answer your questions right away. Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.